What is happening? Oh my gosh. Can you hear me? This is alive. Would you believe it, Chris? Hopefully, let me just put the volume up. This is alive. Yeah. I realised because on EV Mux, you have to use the same setup each time. And I've got one set up for Spotlight and one set up for Cuppa Category Cards, and this is neither of them. So I created a new one. Then you have to add in your banner again and all your branding and everything else. So I put the picture in of the Glastonbury tour, but instead of setting it as a background, I set it as an overlay. So I was actually on the live. I was there, but I wasn't appearing because that was an overlay rather than a background. And it took me a minute to work that out. Anyway, how is everybody doing? Let's get the camera adjusted. So first things first, let's do the hellos to everybody. So we've got Marilyn was the first one in. Lovely to see you, Marilyn. Hope you're doing okay. You just finished watching the vlog. That's lovely. What I always had a comment from somebody saying your vlog is glitching. The sound cuts out, the music does all weird stuff. So I watched a bit back, but I couldn't find it. So I asked them for a timestamp, and they said, "Oh, it's where you're showing the swan." And I went to that, and it was playing fine for me. And then they came back and said, "I think it's because I hit play at the moment that you uploaded it. So it wouldn't have processed." I wish, even though you go through preparing, uploading, and processing, sometimes if you're straight on it, it's blurry and the sound isn't good. It takes like 10 minutes of being up before it's crystal clear. So if anybody's experienced that, that's why. Plus, I realised when it took 5 hours to upload, which never happens usually. I tried last night in the cottage and it wouldn't do it. It was going to take hours. It took 5 hours almost. That I'd recorded a lot of it in 4K, so therefore it's a bigger file. So that might be why it took a while to process as well. Anyway, and then Sandra's here. Hi, Sandra, my Glastonbury buddy of the week. Elspeth, Tabitha, Letty, Jay, Lel, our Chris, Fran, Artemis, hello. I paused you at Wookie Hole to come and watch this. I loved Wookie Hole. Wookie Hole was great. But thank you for coming to watch. I didn't like the fact that they're so close together, but I needed to schedule this for 4 p.m. because I want a relatively early night because I've been up so early, traveling, back at work tomorrow, new job and all that. So I was like, I need to have a relatively early night. Plus, once I've unbagged everything, I've then got to put it all back. And I thought I'm going to be up half the night. So rather than and Becca sometimes goes live on a Sunday at 7 as well. So I thought, well, if I go live now, then I've got time. I can listen to Becca whilst pottering and stuff, as well as have something to eat. Giselle's here. Hi, Giselle. Nice to see you. We also have Golden. Hello, Golden. And Kathy's here. Hi, Kathy. Aki, nice to see you. We can hear you but not see you. Yeah. Claire. Cat. Hi, Cat. Butterfly's here. Hi, Butterfly. And Raven Song. Hello. Isabel. Nice to see you. Naomi. Hello, Naomi. Thace. Hi, Thace. Wow, 53 people. And I wasn't expecting many people to be here with it being this time of day either. Okay, so that's the let's put the comments up on this now so I can see them as well. First things first, mead. I got a little mini one so I could have my final mead with you all whilst it being the last day of the holiday. And oh yeah, last one for this year. Oh, and this one is really nice. If you saw the vlog, this is the one that we had in the Rifleman's. But just this little mini one. With it being a school night and all that. Jay, I was so worried. I was so sorry for worrying you, but no, don't be. I'm glad you let me know, because I thought, well, I'm not surprised at all, because of how long it took to upload and process. I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't, glitching. Oh dear, never get bored of that taste. Hi Kim, nice to see you as well. Right, so first things first then. I was home in record time. So I left at 5:30, was it, Sandra? I think it was 5:30. After last year, which was a nightmare getting home, it took 4.5 hours. And I said to Sandra last year, when it comes to next year, I'm probably going to leave really early in the morning. And I said to Sandra, don't forget I'm leaving early. She says, yeah, I can remember you saying. So it was the best thing. I was home for 8:25. So 2 hours, 55 minutes, 3 hours, 5 minutes getting there. Super time of the day to go early on a Sunday morning. The roads are relatively clear. I wouldn't say they were empty, but they were clear. There was no, what's the word? No kind of congestion, or there was roadworks, but because it was that time in the morning, just outside Birmingham, there was roadworks. Yes, it was 5:30. And I just got in the car. I didn't stop for a service station. I just drove straight home. And from pulling off the drive at the cottage in Glastonbury to the train station in Nottingham, the car didn't stop. It was just straight through all the way. And it was just the first set of traffic lights actually the car actually stopped at was in Nottingham. And I was like, wow. So that was really good. So yeah, and that meant that I was able to then do a bit of food shopping, get essentials in like milk and all that sort of stuff. I've done all the laundry. It's now drying. And just, yeah, but I've been itching. When I said one of the reasons why I've gone live at 4 was because I want a relatively early night. The second reason is because if you could see all the bags and everything here, I've been going past them all day thinking, oh, I just want to clear these out. I want to put things away, but I needed to wait for this. So shall we begin with the Glastonbury Haul? Everybody seems to love a haul video. So we will do that. We just clear some space, and that's going to be the other thing where I'm going to put everything. Miracle time. Yes, it was a miracle time. So first things first, the supply bits that I need. So Star Child is where I go to usually get my candles. I really like, you'll have seen these previously, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing them. But I really like for my altar space, the big frothy candles. These are great. They burn nicely, and yeah, they just make a really nice center piece with like your god and goddess statues either side. And I mainly got the green ones because I'm into earthy colours. But I think I did get one other colour. I want a frothy candle. Yeah, I got a purple one as well. A nice purple one. So I got them. Then, that's just charcoal. Have to stock up on charcoal. Then, the saga of the plate. So I wanted, because I've got this that I use on my reading space. but I wanted to have something to put one of these on. But they can have a tendency sometimes, not always, but sometimes they split a bit and quite a lot of hot wax comes out. So you need a dish that would capture that. And I really like the earthy tones, and I bought a god figure, which I'll show you shortly, from Sons of Asgard, in a very similar kind of clay. And I went in this particular day and I wanted to get this, and I didn't pick it up because we saw it on the first day. And on the first day, you don't want to be getting all your shopping done. You want to space it out around the week. And we also decided that we would look at things, unless there's like one thing left, you think, I don't want to risk that, you'll get it. But the other thing was to get an idea of what you want. And I took some photographs of like decks to check out, because I'm not going to do any kind of spontaneous spending or buying something. So I'd take a picture of a deck, and then when we got back to the cottage, we'd get it up on YouTube and have a look at it, that sort of thing. But I saw this, I thought, oh, that's perfect. Just what I want. Nice, heavy, got quite, enough space. I can put herbs or crystals around it as well, and it will sit on there quite nicely. And then when we went back, they didn't have any except for one in the window. So I asked the lady and she said, no, it's for display. So I was like, okay. But she said, come back later in the week if you are in the week, because we've just put some in the kiln today. So I was like, okay. When we went back the next day, they still didn't have any. But what she meant for the display was to turn it upside down and lean something against it. I was like, what a waste. Anyway, when we went back, I think, Sandra, was it Thursday afternoon after we came back from Wookie? They'd got them in. So I picked it up. So this is fresh out the kiln this week. So that was pretty cool. So I got that to put them on. I have to have a bag. I feel like my mum at Christmas morning. She used to be like, right, this is where you put your wrapping paper once you've opened your presents. This whole bag is full of candles. Love that, says Golden. Just to see me through the year. So the other frothies that I like are these frothy candles. Giselle, can you remember when I first came with you? I was obsessed with them and I bought some, and then you went to Glastonbury the next year, the year I didn't go, which was 2019, and you sent me some, which was really nice, and I bought them every year since. So I got 2 white and 2 black. I also, Becca asked me to pick her up one white and 1 black, so I got her a set as well. So I've got 2 white, 2 black in them, and I tend just to get the black and the white in the in the smaller ones. Lovely plate, Simon. Thank you. I love that sort of earthy, rusticness to it. And then I also got just some standard, not frothy, black and white candles as well. More for ritual, really, but yes, I've got a couple of them. So I'm already running out of space. I might have to put them back in this bag once they're done. Oh, I've got some barbecue sauce. Long story. You only get a mouthful in that lot, that little bottle. I do that on Christmas morning. I'd be finding wrapping paper for 6 months in all sort of weird places if Sandy doesn't have strict instructions. Yeah, my mum was the same. As soon as you unwrapped a present, she was there with the bin liner. What else did I get in there? So I got a couple of these for the frothy candles. These are more of a terracotta clay. There's 2 of them, so I'll show you them both together. And I'm redoing completely redoing my reading space here, because this is where I sit and do lives. Well, I can turn this way and I've got my reading space, which is a bigger, wider table. And I'm redoing that. And also my sacred space is having a revamp as well. So I've already planned it out. I did, Simon. We love a frothy candle. We do. Yeah, everybody seems to like the frothies. Is frothy and drippy different, Sandra? Okay, so yeah, so I got that looks black on camera. It's not. It's a really nice dark blue. So these are for the frothy candles, the smaller frothy candles. Because I'd got in the same as that dish that I showed you. They don't do them anymore, but they've got herbs in at the moment, and they're now offering bowls in front of my god and goddess. So I really like these. Oh, that's it. That's kind of more of a blue. It's like a dark blue, but I just thought they were really nice. So I got them for the frothy candles. I also brought some Blue Lotus flower tea, which they sell on the till there. Just 10 grams of the Blue Lotus flower. Oh, do you know, I thought there was another frothy, funky frothy, because I brought 2 green, and I thought, did I only buy 1 purple? I thought I brought 2. I bought 2 purple. Because the last ones from last year last about 3 months. Yeah, about 3 months if I'm lucky and if I don't leave it burning for hours. So I thought if I buy 4, that's a year's supply. All right, then the other things are these. I really, really love these. These are the tall pillar candles, which is on my table where I've got the wooden structure and the crystal ball and the candles. And then I have the god and goddess. It's going to change though. But then I have a stand to put these in, which I bought last year. So if you remember, I bought these. And they're actually astrological candles. This is Aquarius, but I don't subscribe to that. I just like the colour and the design. And when you get down to here, you've just got this really thick black candle as well, which is also really cool. They do all different colours. They do blues mixed with reds, but I like the bumblebee type of the yellow and black. I am now Cheryl. Is Cheryl here? Hello, nice to see you. I'm going to run out of space. I know I am. I'm still on the first bag. The rest, I believe, is just incense. Yeah, so Sandra, you're right. I did get a cuppa. I forgot I'd even got this one. So white cuppa, that's the tribal soul one, which is a favourite. And then another barbecue sauce. I know that one's ketchup. Nitri Raj, really good price. These are £3 now in Watkins books. For a bigger one, which probably has about the amount of 3, it's £15. And we saw one of these in Wildwood, and they only had one left, and it was £4.50. And then I can't remember where this one was from, but they had it for £3, so I got 3. So that's cost me £9. In, like I said, if I was in Watkins, that would be 15. And then Sandra told me about these Mother India's fragrances. So I got the Ganesh, which I must say smells amazing, and the Om. And then I got the same in the dupe cones, because do you remember a friend of mine made this little goddess dupe cone stand for my birthday. So I thought, well, I'll get some dupe cones then. So I got those two. And then she gave me a free sample as well. It's a sample pack when I bought them, because I'd bought multiple packs. And this one's got the Deity, Oud, Prem, Lila, Om, and Yoga. So they're obviously smaller in size because it's just a sample pack. And then I got 2 boxes of the Galocca. In fact, let's light one now. Now I've got a bag. I can put my candles in there, I think, to create more space. Bear with. I don't want to chip them either, because they can have a tendency to chip coffee candles. I'll leave that there. Okay. Which one shall we have? We'll have the Galocca. So that's candles and incense, kind of. There's some more incense in a little while. Look at Simon. Can you imagine Al drooling watching all these goodies? Oh, gosh, that's a dead weight. Who knew candles are so heavy? We did when we had to walk back to the cottage, carrying them all. On a day we didn't have the car. Galocca is really nice too. Om is my favourite of that range. I always get that. In the mini sticks. So this is the Galocca. Kitchen windows open, so we're good. Did I like that long enough? Don't think I did. Talk amongst yourselves. Hi, Chrissy. Put that there. Oh, dear me. You know when you're live and you're rushing, then you do everything wrong. That. Okay. What else is there? What else is there, he says. That's the rubbish bag. What's in this one? So I should really save big ticket items to the end, but I'm just going to go with whatever bag I can get to. So this was the Wookiee trip. So if you haven't seen the vlog yet, on the Wednesday, we went to Wells. And then on the Thursday, we went to Glastonbury Haul, which is also in Wales. But it's the Witch's Cave. So it is quite commercialized now as a kind of a children's adventure thing. And we knew going it would be quite busy because it's half term. But our friends John and Chris at the Sons of Asgard said, I recommend if you are going to go during school holidays to go early. So we got there for 9:30 and we went straight in on the first tour. And it was amazing. The caves are amazing. And if you saw the live from the cottage the other night, you would have heard our tale of getting trapped in the Hall of Mirrors. But anyway, as you come out, of course, you go for a gift shop. And I was able to get a Pendle Witch. And I love her. So let's take the little bag off her broom so you get to see the full effect. So she's a standing Pendle Witch. You do get the official Pendle Witch book as well, which is attached to it. It's about 12 pages, but tells you the story of the Pendle Witch trials, as well as your label and everything. and that you just untie that and take it off. But isn't she cool? So that witch there was my first Pendle witch, because I went to Pendle about 2 years ago, and I vlogged on it as well. It's a very airy place. So yeah. So she's Wookie Witch. That's what I'm going to call her. Oh, she's got a dress. The dress is all got caught up. There we go. Put her there for now. Find a place for her. Let's have a look at some comments. She's lovely. I wonder what Chewy would think about the name Wookie Hole. Oh, what a witchy witch. Hi, Jen. Nice to see you. Does she have a name? She does now. Yeah, Wookie Witch. Having a Marilyn Monroe moment. I don't know quite know what to say to that. What's this one? Oh, that feels heavy. Oh, that's Dex. Shall we leave Dex till the end? We'll leave Dex to the end. Okay, next one. I had to keep buying these co-op bags as well, just for sturdiness. Because other than in... What shop was we in? Happy Glastonbury. It was raining. It started... I mean, if you watch the vlog, when we went out on the last day, which was yesterday, the sky was blue and it was sunny. And then just before lunchtime, well, at lunchtime, because we came out from having lunch in the Abbey Tea Rooms, I came outside and said, oh no, it's raining. So we went from one cafe into another, because Happy Glastonbury has opened a cafe a few doors down. So there's Happy Glastonbury shop, Happy Glastonbury coffee. They only do cakes and coffees, which is fine. But they've got all their artwork and stuff in there, just to let the rain ease off a bit. But in Happy Glastonbury, she says, oh, I'll give you a carrier bag, which is unheard of, because normally everything is paper bags in Glastonbury, everywhere you go. But if you go to the co-op, you can buy these fold-away ones. We'll have a little Velcro top for £1. So I had to, at one point, leave Sandra, run to co-op and buy a couple. So pop that there. So what we got in these... We didn't make out. You guys made out. Oh, you said her dress was caught up. I'm with you. Oh, that's just leaflets from a memory box of Wookie Hole. That was the card that they gave us in the cottage. They always leave a little greeting card and a gift. And then this is just something I picked up. And Sandra was saying that, you know, normally when we go to Glastonbury, we always buy something from the Goddess shop, but she didn't. And the only thing I got in there was this little Avalon disc. But again, I thought it looked nice on my reading space with all the earthy kind of stuff that I'm putting on there. Where actually... I'll be over there. I was going to say, where have I put... I'll find it, otherwise I'll get distracted. So yeah, so I've got that, because it will go nice with the other kind of stuff. Made out like bandits. So they're little keepsakes. I have to put them somewhere. I'm already running out of space. All right, so that's that. What else have we got? That's the decks. Okay. This isn't a big ticket item, but it's connected to a big ticket item. When I went to get the thing that we were saying all week, because as we mentioned, a few of the shops were shut, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We went back on the Thursday to get something we'd seen on the Monday, I believe, or the Sunday. I also spotted this box. Now, if anybody knows me, I'm a wood freak. I love anything wood, anything made of wood, especially boxes. I've got so many wooden boxes and that sort of stuff. And I saw this one and I just loved it. This was from Weird Raven. It's got a sun and moon on each of the sides. And then on the top, it's got the Arwen symbol, which I've got here. And I just thought it was beautiful. And there's a guy who comes in and makes all the stuff. So this is also going to be on my reading space, and I know exactly what deck is going to go in there. So I need to put that somewhere so it don't take up too much room. Weird Raven has such lovely items. I love their leather notebooks. Yeah, I was looking at their leather notebooks. They're really nice. Have to take it in the context of making out. Okay. Let's go to this bag. So I think this bag is Dandelion Dreams. I love Dandelion Dreams. It is such an amazing, quirky little shop. For those of you who know Glastonbury but might not have come across this shop, because it is tucked away where the main church is it St. Michael's Church? Or was that the name of the church that was up at the top of the tour originally? That was, wasn't it? Anyway, the high street, the main church, there's a little alleyway that goes at the side to some car parks at the back. And it's just on that little alleyway, one of the first shops you come to as you come off the high street to go at the side of the church. Jay says, Dandelion Dreams is such a lovely shop. Dandelion is such a lovely person as well. Yeah, he is. And he was dressed up yesterday. And we'd gone into Philippa Bowers. And the lady in Philippa Bowers said, have you been into Dandelion Dreams? And we said, oh, we did the other day. And she said, you've got to go and see him. She said he's dressed up as a fox. And he was dressed up as a fox, complete with the tail, the ears. The makeup is amazing. I mean, he's an artist anyway, but he is so friendly and so sweet. He's a really nice young lad. Yeah, and once you've been in once and you go back, he remembers you and he's like, oh, how are you two doing today? Still enjoying your stay and all that. So really nice. Don't know why that's in there, but of course, replenish the chalice well water. Is this dandelion? Yes, this is dandelion. No, this isn't. This isn't Dandelion Dreams. I've used a Dandelion Dreams bag. This is the Town Hall shop. Dandelion Dreams is coming up. I've never, apart from when I went for the first ever time with Giselle and Keith, and there was the Frost Fair on, and I brought a stoneware mug that smashed, unfortunately. I loved that mug. I've never had a mug with Glastonbury on it. And then I saw this and I really liked it. It's got the tour on. Again, it's very earthy stoneware. Got this beautiful midnight blue glaze. And it's quite a nice size mug. It was £17, which is pretty standard for handmade. So yeah, so I thought I like that with the tour. So you'll see that in videos, no doubt. That will pop up from time to time. Yeah, he had the teeth as well, didn't he? I saw on Dandelion's Instagram. Oh, I'll have to follow him on Instagram. What else? Oh yes, I got this. I got this bag with a hair on it, climb the tour. This time it really did feel like I was climbing the tour. It's by Vicky Print. And they've got different colours of this, but I like it's like a denim feel. But yeah, so I got that in there. A card, but I'm not going to show that. And then what's this? Oh yes, this is for my window, because you've often, like now, I've had to close the blinds because the evening sun was setting and it was glaring. But I get a sunset every single day. And I saw this, and I don't know if the colours are going to come out. It's got a sunset. It looks like it's all red, but it's not. It's yellow going into a red, and it's really beautiful. It's not showing up properly, but yeah, really, really gorgeous. I thought, well, that can hang in my window, and that will send some nice, colourful light our way. White Springs water is drinkable. Yeah, they tell you not to take big gulps of the chalice well water. Now, I said to Sandra, Sandra filled her bottle with White Spring and I filled mine with chalice well, because I said, I'm going to get a plastic bottle from Co-op or somewhere. We'll use that for the kettle water. And then I'm going to go up to the White Spring, because our cottage is literally just down the road from it, and fill it up. And I never got chance at all. So this is chalice well. So you can have like a little sip. You can taste the iron in it, but it's quite nice. So yeah, and you can put little drops of it in your tea or coffee, or you can use it for cleansing, which is what I tend to do more than anything. I don't want to throw the bags away if they can be reused. But I've also bought something in another shop that I'm also going to have on my new design sacred space. Right, save that in there. Okay. So this must be the dandelion dream stuff. Yes, it is. It is. So, can't show that yet though. I'll show that with the decks. I said to Sandra before I got there, one thing I don't need is decks. And I don't, but there were a couple of things we saw, which I'll explain when I get to it. But I was like, okay. So I bought this pouch. It's quite a large pouch, which I wanted, as you can see. And it's corduroy, these sparkles in it, and the inside is lined, and it's quite beautiful. And this is for my Fine, what is it? Carte Fine. I can't remember how to pronounce it. Delatore, not Delatore. Oh, now look. Fine Delatore, because it's quite a large, long deck. So I wanted a long bag for that. So I got that. You guys have mini Glastonbury, yeah. Put that there so that don't break. Now, do you remember last year the witch's bottle that I bought? I could get it if you wanted to see it, if you didn't see it, but I bought it from Dandelion Dreams and loved it. And then there's the grub. Do you remember the grub? Well, this year And I did see this on the first day, and I'm like, I'm going to get that because I could see it. I could see it going. So this, and there's a little thing about her. This is the Wound Eater. Look at her. So she's made of beans, and she's going to go on my sacred space. But I just love her face. I love her wild red hair. She's got a little bit dishevelled, being wrapped in a bag for a week. The Wound Eaters are powerful workers programmed to assist you in the transmutation of your deeper wounds, especially those not easily spoken, and to dissipate their energetic hold on you. When it's time to release those things, tell them to the Wound Eaters. They will devour them. The poppets can be held, whispered to, or used as an altarpiece for ongoing healing. They act as a witness and holders of sacred space and are here to assist you on your healing journey. And I love that the things in there do have these little notes telling you what they do and stuff. But Carter says, oh my, I need her. Yeah, she's awesome. Love her. So let's pop her there. These are some Happy Glastonbury prints. See, things have ended up in other bags as well. So they've had a few new ones this year, but I love this, the Glastonbury Abbey with the tour in the background. It's very Christmassy. So this is for Yule. And then this one I loved as well. I love the purple colours. But I like the fact that the tour in the background is through this hazy mist on this snowy morning. That serious bed. It is Giselle. So yeah, and I think I picked up one more of them on another visit in there. That's got to go in the decks bag as well. God, I got more decks than I realised. Pop that there. I need to speed up a bit. And then, oh my gosh, yes. These. That robin is so cute. I think I need another rubbish bag. I have to get one of the. So, I showed you earlier that I'd got some charcoal discs because I really do like burning incense, but I have to be careful as well. Living in a flat that is hardwired to a smoke detector, not the sprinklers, that's governed by heat. But I smudged this flat once and set the fire alarms off, and I had like 6 burly firemen banging on my door, putting their fingers through the letterbox, check the temperature of heat, and I got a real scolding from them. And so I've always been really nervous. So when I burn charcoal, I shut the door, I put my draft excluder right up close to it, and I'll have my windows open. But something else I bought also, which I'll show you in a minute, might be another option. But let me show you this, because this is gorgeous. Well, I think it is anyway. And everything in there, it's a collective, Dandelion Dreams. There's lots of different artists that make things that he stocks in the shop. So they write everything down that they sell, because, you know, the profits obviously go to different people. But look at this. So this is to put a charcoal. Well, I've got some sand. So you put some sand on, you put your charcoal disc on it. but I just think it looks so earthy and beautiful, and it's handmade. Really gorgeous. And when I picked it up, because there was quite a few of them, he was like, "That's my favourite that you just bought." He said, "I think it's really nice." So yeah, so that's that. And then, because they've got all different sizes, I was waiting for you to say something, Chris, about 6 burly firemen. That's funny. Tell you, I've never been so embarrassed in all my life. A Diddy one, and this one is to put like a dupe cone in. So that's a red dot. The coloured dots tell you the price range of them, but again, all handmade, and I love anything that's handmade. So I thought they'll go really cute together, won't they? I think we would all like that scolding. Sandra's forgot to put incense on something. What's she done? Okay. Right. So, let's get. Oh, can't reach this bag. Okay, so this bag's got a few bits and bobs in. So I got a book. I don't know if anybody else has got this. I think this was in Courtyard Books. Yeah, Courtyard Books. And I picked it up and I thought, I really like the sound of this. So it's Tarot and the Archetypal Journey, the Jungian Path from Darkness to Light. And what I liked about it is when you go into it, it will break down each card and just talk about the archetype. So where was it? I was looking at the other day and I was like, I love how that's written. The Empress. So like we've got the Empress. So it would say the Empress, Madonna, Great Mother, Queen of Heaven and Earth. At first glance, the Empress looks enough like the Popess to be her sister. Whenever sisters appear in myths, dreams, and fairy tales, they often represent two different aspects of the same family or essence. And it was written so beautifully, I thought, do you know, I'm going to get that. And just to read a little bit more about the archetypes of the tarot. My journey to try and find my shaman's bag. And I'm still not 100% sold on it, but I was starting to annoy even myself. So I bought this one in Whitby and I love it. I really like this, and it's been really handy to have in Glastonbury, throw over your shoulder. But I keep things in it like I've got some sage, I have a magical spray, I have a hagstone, some oil, just tools and things. And then I put in my tarot deck. So during this week, it's had my ancient Italian in there. And I like it, but it's just a little bit too small. So I wanted something similar, and I can put my keys in. So like when we went out, I just chucked my keys in there. It's got a little citrine crystal in there as well. I put the keys in the front, over my shoulder it goes, and it's great. But I wanted something a little bit bigger. And every time we saw one, they had bloody mushrooms on them. And Sandra was like, what's wrong with mushrooms? I'm like, I don't want mushrooms on them. Nothing. I've got nothing against mushrooms. In fact, I quite like mushrooms. But every bag that I saw that was the right size, adjustable strap, because I'm 6'4", so I like it quite long. Cute little man bag. So then I saw this one in Maya. It's quite Aztec, isn't it? There were two, and it was 20 quid, so it wasn't, you know, break the bank. It was Maya, which is down in the centre bit opposite George and Pilgrim near the cenotaph. And it does seem a bit bigger, but it's not what it would do for now, but it's not. I don't know. But the strap is adjustable, and it's bigger than the other one. So I thought, well, for £20, let's see. But I was still kind of keeping an eye out all week. So like when we went to Wells, I was looking on the market, and they've got a few, but they're all the ones with a fixed strap. And then I got this as a altar cloth, spread cloth type thing. It's really big. It's a scarf basically, but it folds out into quite a nice altar cloth. You're lucky, Funky. I thought you liked it, Simon. I thought you could tell I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna get it, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm really pleased with that. Perfect. I found just what I was looking for. Oh, like I said, if I could get these kind of earthy colours, which I love, the browns, oranges, greens, if I could get this in a larger size, I would be happy. There was another one I was looking at, but you didn't like that. I know it's not about this, what I like, but you was like, I don't think you liked it. And you was like, might be a little bit too big. So anyway, next, Sons of Asgard. Always love going to see John and Chris. They're always so friendly, always have a nice chat with them. It's a social experience as well as, in fact, we stood talking to Chris on the night of the zombie walk. We stood and had a chat with him for about half an hour. So I ended up going twice, but I think I've merged everything into one, but did buy quite a bit in there. So there's two bags. This is the first bag. Have a look. What's in? So the first one is the Magical Loose Incense Starter Kit. So this has got a burner, 4 of the most popular loose incense blends, along with a soapstone pentacle burner and tea light candles. I can open it and show it if you want, but John and Chris are always so lovely. I always a highlight of my trip talking to them. Yeah, they really are. So oh gosh, that smells just like their shop. Oh, that's like when you walk through the door. The minute you walk through the door. So you get the blends. So we've got Beyond the Veil, which is a favourite of mine. We have Ascension. And they're really nice. All hand blended, prepared. We have Temple. I've not smelt Temple before. Oh, that's nice. How big's your apartment, Simon? It's quite big, actually. It's a 30-foot living room, 2-bedroomed, although one room I don't use as a bedroom. Oh, that's nice. What was that one? Did you have Ritual? That's really nice. Yeah, so 4 of them. And then just take the paper out. going to be doing a lot of recycling, aren't I? And then I've got a like a stone coloured one of these, well, like a grey colour. And you get some tea lights as well. And this has got the gorge on it so that you can, you know, burn. If you don't want it smoky, you can put some tin foil on, and you don't get the same strength aroma, but it's still subtle. It's a subtle smell when you do it that way, and less smoky. Okay, and then I got Violet Flame, which smells amazing. Oh, that is so nice. I love their magical sprays. I got 2 Lord of the Forests. I ordered this online as well because when we first went in on Sunday, they didn't have any because it sells out really quick. And he said we may have some later in the week. So when I went in, I brought 2 of them. So that's the second Lord of the Forest, which is my absolute favourite. And then I also got Forest Witch. And then I've also got some more Beyond the Veil, because it's popular at this time of year, but I like it all year round. I'm not one of these people that's like, oh, that's just for Samhain. That's the sand that you use like for this. So just put a bit of sand on so the hot charcoal disc isn't straight onto the pottery. So I've got some sand. I've got Ancestor, which is also really nice. There's the other Glastonbury card. I knew there was another one. This is the first one I bought. Look how beautiful that is. Tree Goddess. Gorgeous, and a little tour in the background. I love that they always put the tour in the background. And I'll probably get a couple of frames for them. Is this more? I think this is more charcoal. Hi, Tammy Pie. Oh no, this is my Black Soul. Again, only one left by the time we went. But this sells out really quick. He said it was one of their quickest sellers. As soon as they make it, within days, it's gone again. So there was a few in there, so I got one. And I thought, yeah, we'll make sure of it. And then I got Triple Sage. This is smudging a tin, which is a really cool idea if you just want to have a few little bits. And this is Triple Sage. Oh my god, that smells amazing. So I'll add a few pinches of that when burning. And then I got an oil, which is that's the Violet Flame oil. Oh gosh. And then he gifted me these, which is really nice. I asked if he had them. I said, do you have any like little a wire brush for the gorge and some tongs for the charcoal discs? And he went and got them. He says, I'll gift you them, which was really, really kind of him. Okay, I'm worried I'm going to miss something out because of all the rubbish. So, bag 2 from that shop. I also got this kit. Now, this is a Celtic tree essence. So they've got lots of Celtic trees and different incense for each one. But this is, again, a kit. And I think he said there's 40 sticks in here. This selection box contains 2 sticks from each of our Celtic Tree Essence range, along with a mango wood ash catcher. So, and we were, me and Sandra was like, I want to open that and have a look at it. And Sandra was like, I do, but she said, we need to save it for the live. So this is the catcher. Now I've got, I probably won't use that because I've got a big one here, which is double-ended actually. And this is a really good catcher. I do find sometimes with the thinner ones, they tend to fall off, but I love mango wood. So, yeah, and then you get a pull out as well. So these are all of the 40 sticks, which is cool, isn't it? Hi, Lily Rose. And then you get this poster as well for the Celtic Tree Ogham. And it tells you what each one, the properties are for each one. So, for instance, for ivy, it's determination, change, and patience. So that's quite cool. It's on really good poster paper as well. I'm hoping to get the Celtic Tree kit on my trip this week. Are you going this week, Jay? That's cool that if you're going this week, say hi to them if you do go in. Tell them you watch this. Pop that there. A couple of other bits. That's Becca's candles. Don't know how they got in there, but I was looking for them earlier. So Becca's candles, I need to put them somewhere separate so I don't get mixed up. We're getting there. We're nearly done, he says. Okay, so let's pop rubbish. All right. The stuff in the bag. Let's have a look at. Oh no, there's this. So I won't show this yet. Yes, I am. Will do. Oh, cool. So this has been wrapped so well. Now there's a story behind this. For the last 2 years that I've been going, I've been wanting to get their god and goddess that they've got. Again, in that rough, earthy clay, which I just love. When I went last year, they only had the male deity. So I didn't get it, and I was like, no, I need to get both. I saw that they had some in stock, and I wished I kind of said, would you put one on one side to me? But I thought, nah, they'll be there when I got there. There wasn't. So, wow, all this wrapping. So I didn't get it again, but then when we went back, I thought, do you know what? What if at some point in the future I come and they've only got the goddess and not the god? So I thought, well, I'll get it. And then, or he did say as well, if we get some in, we can let you know and we can send it to you. So, so there's options. But I love it. I mean, look at him. And again, it's in this really coarse, earthy. This is the back. So he's going here. Oh, he already looks at home. So Neolithic. I love Sons of Asgard ceramics. They're so rustic. Yeah, they are. Yeah. But those in particular, I've had my eye on for a couple of years, as I said. And I was like, oh, I really want to get the set of the two. So that's Sons of Asgard. Then Tuesday was market day, so we had a little pot around. There were 3 markets on, 2 indoor ones, 1 outdoor one. I got this wooden plaque because I just really liked it. It says Glastonbury, the tour, and a witch, and it's just a wooden tile. I think it's going to go in my kitchen. Sandra was like, "Where are you going to put it?" She's my little Jiminy Cricket. Why are you getting that, Simon? Where are you going to put it? And you get these little sticky things to put on it. And I was like, I don't know, I'll find somewhere. But then I thought about it and thought, actually, I know a spot in the kitchen it can go to. I'm not going to put it back in the bag. I'll just put it in here for now. So I got that on the market, really cheap as well. Wasn't expensive at all. And then there's the this wasn't the market, but for some reason it's in the market shop. Love this book. It's a children's book, but I love some children's books, you know. And this one was £10, and it was from Hollow Hills. And it's beautiful. It's got a fabric finish with rose gold. But in this, it's a natural history of magic. It's got everything in here. It's got to put a little bookmark in. That's unusual. So it's got Hollow Hills that side, Courtyard Books that. Are they the same company then? But it's got everything. And it's beautifully illustrated. It's got a section on numerology, astrology, cartomancy, and tarot reading. But look at the illustrations. Really, really beautiful book. Yeah, and I just thought this is perfect, really. Plants, Mother Earth, moon magic, you name it. It's all in there. Yes, they are, Simon. I didn't know that, Giselle. Yeah, really nice for £10 as well. I thought, wow, that's really good. So I can go there. That's a big ticket item, so I'll save that for the end. And then I put a couple of bits in here, didn't I, that were breakable, and we're nearly done, apart from the decks, and I'll show you the decks. Oh yeah, I'm really worried about one of these. Because she wrapped it terribly. So when I was talking about incense burners, and Giselle, you'll remember this because we were both looking at this last year. And I said to Sandra, I thought to myself, I'm going to go back and get that last year. And it wasn't until I got home that I thought, damn, I never went back. And it's from Fairyland Aromatics. Fairyland Aromatics. But they've moved. There used to be the shop that was underneath Ravenhaven where I stayed the first 2 times. No, second and third time I visited Glastonbury. But these are really beautiful. That's their sticker, Fairyland. Hello, Sheila. Welcome. You can read us a bedtime story, Simon. See, she's wrapped them all in individual, but that nearly fell out. Terrible wrapping. So, these are herb ovens. They're all different designs, but again, oh, it's not showing up. It's purple and blue. it needs to be a different light really, but it's purple and blue. Really nice. Looks like a glass, doesn't it? It's got these holes in. And then you put your herbs in your little dish here. You put a tea light at the bottom, and then you put the lid on top, and it heats your herbs and gives you the aroma. It is, isn't it, golden? It's really nice. And as I said, there's all different designs and colours and everything. It's very delicate. A little bit worried about it, especially when she just kind of wrapped it. And she even said, "Oh, sorry, I've had a week off." And like, I was like, "Oh, be careful how you take it out." I said, "Yeah, well." I was thinking, I'm more worried about the 200 miles I've got to travel with it. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to lighting that. And then while I was in there, I noticed this as well, which is a little, little vial for oils or water. So that's going to have Chalice Well water in it and be on my sacred space. So, and that was from the same place. This was from Chalice Well Gardens. And I wanted to get this because I've always wanted a really nice chalice. I mean, I've got one. I'm looking at it now, but I'm kind of like, well, in fact, I've got two. In fact, shall I show you it now? It's all right. You don't want to see what I'm getting rid of rather than or putting away for a bit. But I saw this and I thought that is really beautiful. And I thought, how cool to have a chalice from the Chalice Well Gardens. And I kind of went backwards and forwards on it. I was like, do I get it? Do I get it? And then I said to Sandra, I said, oh, have you seen them at the bottom? She was like, they are nice. And so I went back. Not that I went back to, it was on the same day, but I went back to that end of the shop and I picked this up. Put it there in a second. And again, they're all handmade and they are all different designs. No two are the same, which I really liked. But again, my colours, really gorgeous. And I thought this would be a really nice chalice to have on my sacred space. It just feels lovely. So that's my chalice. And I thought that would go really nice having that one side and then this on the other. And it's fire and water. I'm all about balance and air. Yeah, so new chalice. There was a lovely red and grey one I liked. Yeah, you liked the red one, didn't you? The red and grey one. All right, so I think there's just one other thing, and then it's just the decks. I've got to put all this stuff away. No, there's two other things. What's that? That's the decks. Right. Philippa Bauer. Oh, there's something else. What's this? Oh, yeah. Just some loose sage. And I got this from, I'm not even going to try and pronounce. We sat opposite this shop the night of the, that's open at that end, look. And I said to Sandra, how do you pronounce that? We both had a go at it, but I don't know if it's Nakshishtori. But it's the one with all the beautiful, looks like Moroccan lanterns in the window. But yeah, I got some sage. Now that is something that I will just break up and put into things like that with a herb blend. But yeah, Philippa Bowers, she wrapped this so lovely. It's just a small, because I've got, although there was one of the tour in there, and I said, Sandra, look at that, maybe next year, certainly not this year. But I don't, Philippa Bauer is of an age now. I don't know how much longer she'll be able to keep making things for. When you think of like Wyn Abbott, who's had to stop making pottery. So I do like to support that shop. And the lady that was in there was so lovely as well, really friendly. And I saw this and I thought, yeah, it's not anything that will break the bank like some of their pieces can be. It's only a small piece, but it's really beautiful. Let me try and light a tea light, because she can be used as a bit of a tea light holder as well. And you have to be careful sometimes because they can crack, but this one was burning with a tea light in here. So I'll give you the effect. So this is a Gaia. Again, I've got a bright light on me, so you don't get the effect of the glow, but the way that glows on the inside is beautiful. And she's gorgeous, look. She feels very earthy. Blow it out for now. So, and I was really pleased because I've not bought from Philippa Bauer for a couple of years, but we went in, we must have gone in 3 times, and you'll see when Sandra does her haul what something she got. And then I kept looking at this one other little goddess that was an incense holder, and I thought, well, she's nice, but I wouldn't use her as an incense holder because I've got incense holders. And then I picked her up, and then when I stood at the till, this was on the till with the candle burning, and she was glowing beautifully, and I thought, she's lovely. And I ended up changing my mind and putting that goddess back because I felt really called to her. So I ended up buying it, and I said, I'm really sorry, I'm going to destroy your display because I really want to buy it. And she's like, no, not at all. Glad she's going to a good home. And yeah, so I got that. And then the only other thing to show you, wow, he has wrapped this well. Oh, there's something shoved down the side. I don't know what that is. We'll have a look at that in a minute. This was from the market. Do you remember me telling you about my black mirror? And I showed it a couple of weeks ago. It was one I made myself. Well, I saw this and I was like, wow. Oh, I know what that will be. That'll be the bracelet. Look at this. Oh, you can see us. Hello. This is a black mirror. But again, it's made out of reclaimed wood. And it's just gorgeous. I love the wood on the inside as well. And now it's painted black. Yeah, gorgeous. So that is going front and center on my sacred space. I'll put it there. And then just a little couple of bits. What did you do? Far out. I just got some cord, 4 meters of cord, because I can't wear any form of metal. I probably could gold, but I don't like gold chains. But I can't wear silver or pewter or anything. I get welts. And if I wear them on my fingers go black. start off going green and then black, I can wear gold. So anything that comes on chains and things, I have to remove the chain and I buy cord. So I got some cord, and then I saw this on the same market, and I really like this. It's a nice thick leather one, and the magnet is quite strong on it. So I thought, yeah, I'll get that. This wasn't cheap actually for a market stall, and it's plenty of room for my chunky wrists as well. So I got that. And then the other thing I got was from Wildwood. Which got Wildwood on it, which is the same, Giselle, as the one I bought when I was with you. And it's a new pentacle. Quite a nice size as well. Again, she said, do you want the chain? And I was like, no, I will, thread it to cord. But this, I won't be able to wear against my skin. So like I wear them most times on the outside, this will have to be on the outside as well, because I can't have it next to my skin. But it's really nice. So I got that. Yeah, but do you remember me getting it, the same one, when I went in 2018 with you? It went discoloured, and Sandra was saying to get like a silver cloth. I've still got it. I mean, it's up there. But I thought, well, I'll get a new one. All right, so that just leaves the big ticket item. The big ticket item, and then the decks. So I'll finish with decks. This is something that I saw at the beginning of the week. Sandra saw something as well. And then the shop was shut for a few days. And then we went back. Now online it said they were shut Thursday. It said they were shut Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But when we came back from Wookie, we tried to see if we could just get a car parking space, and we were quite lucky. On the day before, there was one on Book Close, one space, and we got it. The next day we went, there weren't any. So we found another little car park we'd never parked in before at the back of the church. And we walked down, and the shop was open. And I bought, oh God, it weighs a ton, this beauty. So this is a little chest of drawers. It's going to go here on my space. I love it. I'm going to put my hand like that, because on the top it's got the goddess. On this side, it has the triquetra, which is beautiful. And this is from Wild Raven. And then the Triskelly on that side. And then on the drawers, we've got the elements in the four corners, and then the moon phases. It's just beautiful. It smells so nice. I feel like I brought Glastonbury back with me, because the smells are all here as well. So yeah, so this is going to be at the head of my reading space with the god, this one, the candles, but it'll have my favourite decks in here. And in fact, I'm going to replicate and have RWS, Marseille, Toth in there. So that's the big ticket item. That's usually my big ticket item is a deity of some sort, of around the same price, but don't need any other than, I've got a couple of little ones to create this space. But I just thought that'd be really nice. And it's one of those where you see it and you think, oh, do I? I'll think about it and I'll come back. And then you get home and you're like, yeah, I should have bought it. So, and I just figured you only come this way once, don't you? I love a good box. Yeah, me too, eh? I have a fancy chest of drawers like that. I bet Keith made yours, did he? I thought I saw another comment from you as well that I wanted to come back to, Giselle. In your dreams, Chris. I just read Chris's comment. It's just crucifixes I can't have next to my skin. Why not have them sewn onto some of your bags? You saw my sewing with that poppet that time. You thought it was hilarious. Yeah, do it on your furniture. That was it. Maybe you could get one made from leather, but I wasn't sure what is it to have made from leather. I like the idea of it, whatever it is. Right, so the only thing now to show you is the decks that I got, and these are a real surprise. So these are the decks. Where to start? Right, we will start with let's get that there. Oh, there's a book as well. Glastonbury Maker of Myths. So I bought 3 books. I forgot I bought that one. But again, it was one I flicked through. It wasn't that expensive, so I thought I'll have a read of that. We'll start with that one and then finish with them because there's a story behind that. So firstly, I saw, yeah, it is, that is weird. So I've got the classic tarot. This one, it's the one with the keywords. If anybody's in the Hermit's Cave, last night, Sandra and I were watching a program, a horror story on Netflix. And they was using tarot, and this is the deck that they were using. And went into Labyrinth Books, and they'd got an older version for £9.50. It's secondhand. I checked all the cards were there, as you do. And as I was going through it, I thought the colours look a little bit different, and the backs are in sepia. And I thought, well, I think sure mine isn't in sepia, and it's not. They're in full colour, which I do find a bit distracting because if you get one turned around the wrong way, you think it's a card. So having it in sepia, so this is an older version. I didn't realise that was the case. So I've got 2 copies now. But I thought for £9.50, and it is a deck that I really love. I mean, it's a Soprafino lineage type of deck, isn't it? I mean, my ultimate is the Ancient Italian, which has different pips, but yeah, and you can see there is a colour. There's a colour difference as well. Simon, that's beautiful. Of course, you had to get that. Is that the drawers? Oh, I was quite a bit behind. If I've missed some comments, it's just why Sandra being a spoil sport. No prizes, guys. I'm missing the comments. Then I got a Thoth deck because this version, you know, the AGM version, I've been wanting to get one. Now they've got all 3 sizes, and a little bit annoying, the larger size was £42 and it was £38 for the standard, and then there was the mini. Now my greenie is big and the one that I got from MPC is also big. And I wanted one that was a standard tarot size, just to use generally, you know, or to throw in a bag, that sort of thing. And I've read somewhere that the AGM version used pretty much the original colour tones. So it might even say on the back, the Doth Tower, painted by artist Frida Harris, 1877, blah, 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 blah. For this edition, the colours of the card images have been matched to the original paintings as faithfully as possible. So I thought, and I had read previously people saying that the AGM version is the best to get. So I'm not, I was going to say I'm not going to show them, but I've just said about the colours being as faithful as possible. So people will only say, why didn't you show them? Stuck to my fingers and I can't get it off. It's still stuck. That's it. So it's nice cardstock. I know which colour. Oh, yes. Oh, this is lovely. Really nice. Tammy Pie loves AGM. There's one card in particular that I really love, and it's the 8 of Discs. That really shows the colours nicely. So it's a nice size. It's smaller than a tarot, but I'll say smaller. It's kind of like the Gill tarot size, but really nice. So that can go in the bottom drawer of the new chest. Doesn't Crowley look different with hair? Do we think Simon and Crowley might? Giselle, I don't look like Aleister Crowley. Oh my gosh. 2 decks. Where's that other? Oh, that's going to be in there then, isn't it? Yes. Okay. 2 decks from. My mind's gone blank. What's it called? Summit Dreams. Dandelion Dreams. Gosh, that would have gave it away. The first one was the last thing I bought in Glastonbury. I thought, I don't know whether to get it or not. But it's really cool. Do you remember the grub? In fact, I don't want to knock things over, but he lives here. This is what I got last year, the little grub. Now he absorbs any sort of negativity. So the artist who creates the grub, this is an art print. So when you buy this, he fans them out and you pick one. And this is the one I picked, which is a little art card. Crowley's a little bit more wild-eyed, I think. Yeah. So this is number 23 of 35, and it's a playing card deck. I won't show them all because I know not everybody's interested in playing cards, but this is the, it's called Tweaked and Twisted. But every card is illustrated with these little grub type creatures or other little mythical. And I use playing card for divination. I've got quite a few playing card decks, but if they're unusual, and because there's only 35 of these made, it's quite unique. I love it. It's on linen cardstock, as you can see, really nice linen cardstock. We've got a suit full of clowns. I know not everybody likes clowns, but I do. I used to collect clowns when I was a teenager. Oh, look. There's my little grub. And some are really cute. I mean, look at that. Love this. I have a friend who only reads playing cards, but would like to have her. I would like to have her on my channel at some point. Yeah, and the artwork is really cool. It's really. I hope it's coming through on camera. It's really vibrant. Yeah, so that's got jokers as well. So that's one deck that I got. Oh, it smells lovely. Okay, put them back. I don't want anything to get damaged. And then the other deck is one that Sandra showed on her channel, which is by what, again, it's independently produced. It's an oracle deck, and it's called Oracle of Shifting Shadow. And it's beautiful. It's in rose petal finish. And the artwork was really lovely. And when she showed it on her channel, I said, oh, I hope they've got some when I get there, because that's one I will pick up. I'm not huge on oracle decks, as you know. It says pierce through the veil on the inside, unless they're really, really nice. Nice little guidebook, also rose petal. These are the backs, which are really cool. But the artwork is lovely on this. And again, it's got a real witchy vibe. Show a few more. I love this one, Deep Rest. That'll be me when I get in my own bed tonight. It's lovely going away, but you know, when you come back and you get into your own bed, you're like, oh, I love this journey card. Through those trees, look, along that path. I love this card, Desire. Look at that. Yeah, it's just, this deck is right up my street. If I could have changed anything about it, it would be perhaps to have it on matte cardstock, but that's okay. It's only it's nothing major. Giving Blood Moon Tarot, kind of Giving Blood Moon Tarot. Yeah, a couple of the cards as well kind of remind me a little bit of Anatorian's kind of art. That's her earlier art. So that's Oracle of Shifting Shadow. Beautifully presented, really reasonably priced as well, like 20-something £20, which was great. In fact, the playing card deck was more expensive than that. So that's those decks. Then we went into the shop called The Witch's Cauldron, and they've got some indie tarot decks, and it's called it's called Black Line Tarot, and it's by Agni Prasada Burning. Comfort your dark side with this limited edition macabre tarot deck. Again, this is numbered. Now, they got a sample deck, but they were sealed. So we said, can we have a look at these cards? And she was like, no, because then we can't sell them. I said, but it says sample. And she was like, no, we can't open them. She says, and I get it, because if we don't want to buy it. So we stood in the shop and we went online and we're looking at the pictures. And I'm like, oh, look at the death card. Oh, look at that devil. And we both ended up getting one. So it is signed by the creator, and there's 525 produced, and this is number 277. And I love it. I really love the look of it. So I'll share it with you. So Jay, this is, right at the top of the high street where the fair trade shop is. It's called Witch's Cauldron. It only opened, I think, last year, maybe the year before. So on the same side as Georgian Pilgrim, but up at the top. Cardstock is linen. That's really nice. Didn't realise it'd be linen. This is the backs. And it's, but I mean, look at the magician. Again, everything has been like really pagan. I'm trying to not show, there's lots of nudity. I'm trying not to show the nudity in the images. Look at the chariot. No, I don't think it has a mirror. I think it's like a dark green and black windows, double fronted. The hermit is epic. Strength, look at strength. Taxidermy. Not sure. Don't recall. This is the death card. Temperance is brilliant. I love that they're wearing these animal skulls and the devil. Yeah, so I love it. Really love it. I'll probably do a full walkthrough of this at some point. But the cardstock is really good. It's linen, as I said, but really nice cardstock. It's not thin at all. And the line work is really sharp and clear. Look at that for the Three of Cups. Oh, this is fab. It's even better than in the pictures, Sandra. Show the Six of Swords. No, the top end tends to get a little bit. I was saying to Sandra as we walked up yesterday, the quality, not the quality of the shops, that's not fair, but the top end of the high street doesn't seem to have as much cool shops as perhaps. There's more things like banks and travel agents and charity shops and things like that at the top end. Yeah, really pleased with that. And to find an independently produced deck in a shop from Glastonbury that's very witchy and pagan like this, that you can tell it's handmade. The box and everything is just gorgeous, handmade box. So that's the Black Line Tarot. The last deck, don't judge me. Are you acquainted with Alison from 50 Something Witch? I'm not acquainted with her. Top end has Wonky Broomstick. Yeah, so it's cross from Wonky Broomstick. If you cross over from there, you're more or less at it. So that's where it is. If you'd said to me a week ago, 4 days ago, that I would own this deck I would have laughed so hard. And I've kind of always poo-hooed it. And this was so funny. Next deck, he will show after laughing at me about it. I've laughed at everybody about it. In the cottage, if you see on the vlogs, when I'm filming Sandra, she's sitting in an armchair and there's a cabinet behind her. And it's got a glass cabinet at the top with lots of cool little bits in. But we've never looked in the closed, locked cabinet beneath it. And I said, oh, there's a little tag or something, because they write little tags for you to know where your tea lights are and your incense are, because they provide all that stuff. And she said it said something like decks and books. So we opened it up, and there was these shelves full of decks. And they've got this deck in there. And I kind of pulled it out to not take the mickey out. I wouldn't do that, but just kind of like, oh, let's have a look what this is about. Kind of like, I've always poo-hooed this deck. And then I started reading the book, and it really drew me in. But anyway, let me just say what it is. But I ended up getting two. No. Well, I did and I didn't. Because it was released in two kind of, what are these? Oh, this is the Wells guides. That can go in my memory box as well. So the deck I'm talking about is the Lemurian Star Child Oracle. I can't believe I'm actually saying it. Because this is the last thing in terms of the whole Lemuria thing, and I didn't think I'd like the artwork, but this bigger kit comes with a chunky 350 page book. I think it is. I think it's about 340 page book. Oh my god. And I was looking through the cards, and I didn't like the cards. They're very busy. And I pulled one, and I read the book, and the book was written beautifully. And it talked about light beings living within the earth. And there's this premise called inner earth. And whether it's because I was at the tour where there's the old legends that the tour is hollow and it's the gateway to the fairy realm and all that, and the rituals we was doing in the chalice well and what's beneath your feet, and all, it just drew me in. And I was reading this book and I thought, I saw this in one of the shops. And I said to Sandra, I saw it, because she said, well, they brought out what was called a pocket edition, but it's not pocket edition. It's basically a tarot sized. So I looked online and I said, oh, I prefer those cards. Anyway, I said, I think I saw this in Happy Glastonbury. So when we went back to Happy Glastonbury, they did have it. So I bought it. Then when we went to do the rituals at the Chalice Well Gardens, they'd got the tarot sized version, and it was really reasonably priced. It's £25. Now for Chalice Well Gardens, which I think is quite an expensive shop, things tend to be quite expensive in there. And I didn't see it the other day. Sandra said, oh, I think they've got it in Chalice Well, but I think she thought, like I did, a little bit of the big version. It wasn't until we went back that they'd got it in. So I'll show you what I mean, because this, when you get a little in the pocket version, you get a little bag. So I thought, well, I can put the cards in the bag and have the bag with the book, and I've got the best of both worlds. But let me show you what I mean. And they're beautiful. The card quality is really nice. I mean, and say that's an independently produced deck. £25 for an indie deck. and then I'll have to wrap it up because we're coming up to 2 hours, and I've got lots to do. I mean, it's really chunky as well. Cardstock is lovely. It's that really nice matte. So Lemurian Star Child. I mean, I kept saying to Sandra, I can't believe I'm buying the Lemurian Star Child. What's happening to me? But the sets are beautiful. Look at that for a chunky book. So much information in there. Oh, this is just, they're in 2 halves in the big kit, and they are large cards. I do prefer, I don't know why it's called a pocket edition, because it's basically it's a normal tarot size. So this is the original, and you can see they've got all this kind of border and everything else, and this is the tarot sized version, which I just prefer. And they just pop more. I mean, look at that. That really pops compared to that. So that's why I ended up with 2 versions, just because I thought, well, if I'm gonna use it, then it's got to be one that I'll get use of. And you know, having those cards as a backup is great anyway. So that is my Glastonbury haul for 2025. The person who said I only really need to get incense and candles this time. You saw Matronua on eBay for 450. Oh my gosh, that's madness. So yeah, Glastonbury Haul 2025. I think I've covered everything. I don't think I've missed anything out. Yeah, that's the lot. So it was a fantastic week. Always love my week away. It was really relaxing as well, just not rushing and cramming everything into 3 days. Having that week just to wake up when we wake up. I didn't set an alarm once. I mean, I was up at 5, 6 anyway, but no need to set an alarm. Just take every day as it comes. And yeah, it was really lovely. So thank you for being here, everybody. I've got a lot of videos to do. There's still the spotlight decks to show, and still a couple more coming that didn't make it in time that are coming this week, Tuesday, I believe. The next video I'm going to do is on Bouchette designs, all the stuff that was sent there, which will probably be tomorrow night. But enjoy the vlog if you haven't watched it yet. It's up now. Sorry it's all come at the same time, but uploading issues and everything. But yeah, thanks for being here, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.